And what's up, guys? This is Perlassus, and I'm back with another video on some home media stuff. And today we're basically going to go over some all-in-one setup of how to record your TV, movies, favorite shows, and so on, and save them to a hard drive so you can watch them over and over again with no commercials. Okay? So basically, I had this plan where, you know, I subscribe to FiOS, Comcast. I've done all the different providers, and the new thing now is 6 tuner TVs. You can DVR all this stuff, and they're trying to sell you this DVR box that can do all these things for $25 a month. Well, let me tell you something. You need to cancel that box subscription, return that crap, and go out and get some hardware I'm going to show you today, because I'm going to save you money way down the line. The initial investment is a little bit, but it definitely not only saves you money in the long run, but it gives you more content, and you can see it and watch it whenever you want, on your iPhone, on your computer. If you go to travel to London, China, you can watch it from the stream. So basically, this is what you need, all right? So I've done this before. I've been doing it for a while, but now I have the complete package with commercial skip. So what we're going to do is I recently went out and purchased the thing you're seeing on the screen here. It's called a Ceton InfiniTV 6 Etho. I had before the Ceton 4 tuner, and that's this one right here. It worked great, but it requires a computer. It requires an actual PCI Express slot in order for it to work. So, well, my wife was like, I'm tired of all these computers everywhere, and you need to downsize. I'm like, oh, great, I got to downsize. Well, that wasn't an option. Let's put it that way. I really did not want to sacrifice one of my computers for this nice feature. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and try this 6-tuner card, which is just over the network. Now, let me tell you what this is. This is it's a tuner card. It's a TV tuner card. Don't get confused with some of the other ones that are PVR. This is a cable card TV tuner. In other words, you need an actual cable card from your provider in order to use this device. And the big difference between this and the other PVRs you might see for a lot cheaper is that this one you can get encrypted content from your provider, such as HBO, Showtime, and in HD quality, which means you can record your HBO shows, you can record your TV shows of Big Bang Theory or Seinfeld or whatever you like. Okay? Now, the initial cost. What you'll need is this. I recommend getting this if you have a high band router. In other words, if you have an AC network in your house, which is 1200 and above, speed, almost close to basically a gigabit. If you have a wired connection of a gigabit within your house, or a AC plus wireless connection throughout your house, then get the Etho 6. If you don't, then this is not going to be your best option. And I say that because this is a very high bandwidth demanding device. And you'll see that if you do purchase it and try it out, because if you're not on a AC network wirelessly, you're not going to get a TV signal coming in. It's going to be too low of a signal because it relies on that good connection. Now, if you're a wired connection, like a coax, just a straight coax, you can go ahead and use the PCI TV4. Now, you can also turn this into a network, and I'll show you that later, how that works. So think of this as another router, and basically this router only sends out TV signals. And what we're going to be doing is we're basically going to be using this as our own personal DVR and saying, whatever computer within my network, I can access TV as long as I have an available tuner. So I'm getting 6 tuners here, so I can say, oh, one TV, I'll have one tuner. The other TV for my recording, my main recording box, which I'll show you how I set up, I'm going to assign 4 or 5 tuners, so if the wife is watching Millionaire Matchmaker, I can watch my Doomsday Preppers or something stupid like that, you know. It'll record multi shows at once, and it'll be on a PC that's not being used for other things like gaming and whatever, because all the Prime TV comes around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. So, so let me show. That's part of my game plan. So right now I'm on my main PC, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. See, this one work? There. Okay, here we go. So this is my other PC. This is an i3. Okay, it's a newer i3, so it has has some nice threads here. It's only got 4 gigs of RAM, but I might bump it up later. When I start getting more intense recording. Okay, so there's a few things you want to download. So if you want to match my setup exactly, you have a separate PC that's going to be kind of like your server PC. Okay, Windows 7 is what I'm using. You can use Ubuntu. I'm not going to do a Ubuntu tutorial, but if you guys would like to, I can do that too. So first thing you want to download is the Ceton Diagnostic. Well, after say you purchase the device, right? I'll do another review on the actual device, but what you want to do is you want to install this device. It's real simple, all right? You basically plug in the router, right, to this thing. You plug in your coax cable into it, right? I put mine next to my router, my other HD box, and then the cable card. You need to get a cable card from your provider. Fios started charging $5. I was really pissed. Comcast still gets it to you for free. I don't know, but Fios is still better. Anyway, so hook this device up. Okay, it's plug and play. Once it's in there, you should be able to recognize it through diagnostic tools. Now, go to your computer that you're going to use as your recording setup, and go ahead and get your Ceton InfiniTV diagnostics tools. Now, if you don't know how to get this software, it's real simple. Go to this page, click support, go to install downloads, go to the InfiniTV installer and download button right here. Okay, if you're using Windows 8, I don't know, I don't have Windows 8. So download that, install that, and automatically you'll see something pop up here. So it sees my device. Okay. Now, what you'll do is you'll go through this diagnostic and you'll see all these check marks, right? And you can reset the tuner cards and all that stuff. Cable card. Okay, I'll go through some checks. All mine are green. Okay. Now, what you need to do is you will need to once you put your cable card in, okay, you're going to need to go on to and call your provider and tell them that you need a cable card activation signal sent to your device. Okay, so what I usually do is I get on Fios chat or Comcast chat. I give them all the serial numbers I need, which is in your Ceton device here. You'll see cable card device. You'll see the numbers here. I'm not going to show you mine, you want to give that to your provider and be like, please send CCV signal, and they'll ask for that number, and they'll send the signal, and you should see all green. Okay. Now, sometimes you may see all green, and you go to the Windows Media. So right now, I'm using Windows Media Center to watch and record my shows. There's other software out there, but I recommend this because it's very easy. Well, it's easy once you get used to it. I'll do another tutorial of how to set this up because this is a whole other process. But I'll tell you this: to set up your Windows Media Center, you need to download the Ceton drivers. Make sure you have the Ceton support drivers, okay? And I believe it's, I'll have to get it to you guys later, but there is a separate tool that you'll need a I'm sorry, a Windows Media Center. Let me see if I can pop it up here. Oh, I've turned it off, of course. Let's turn the VNC on. Come on, I know I saw VNC. Here we go. VNC. I want to turn the server on. Oh well, I'll do it later. Anyway, so I'll show you in here, actually. I can show you in here. Windows Media Center. this over so you can see it. So what you'll need to do is in extras, you'll see this right here, Ceton InfiniTV Network Tuners. If you do not have this pop up, you need to Google this and install this driver, okay? You will not be able to set it up unless you do this. So first thing you do, you make sure your Ceton device is plugged in, you have your network, your diagnostic tool works, you got your signal activation sent. Go ahead and click this. Actually, what I can do is go through this, guys, with you because I haven't set a tuner on this one yet. So these settings will affect your TV recording. I'm not recording anything right now, so I'm okay. Now I want to set up. Now here's the thing. This has 6 tuners. Okay, I've used everything except one tuner, I believe. So I should be able to assign this other computer, my main gaming PC, to say I want to use just one of the tuners to watch TV or record from this PC. Keyword from this PC, not touching the other computer's settings. Yes, I want to set up this. I'm going to go through these checks. See, I have my minor PC is using the other one, so I'm going to go ahead and assign this one. So as you can see, I have my other computer on this tuner. See how that works? That way, if mom and pa on that one computer, they can watch while I'm watching something else. So let's take a few minutes. So let me just go over some other things here. So while you're downloading stuff, while you're doing this, go ahead and head over and Google this device, this software. This is going to let you, if I can find it, here it is. Okay, MCE Buddy, release 13. Google this, download it. It is awesome. This is going to skip all your commercials, okay? Because when you record, you're recording live TV, so you're going to record the commercials. All right. If you ever seen one of those things that people upload on torrents, okay, torrents is real big. Somehow they magically disappear the commercials. Well, this is pretty much what they use. They use a device like this or an app. There's a few out there. I recommend this. I have been using this for the past week. All my recordings have been flawless on the default settings. So I'm going to mess with it some more later, but just using default settings, my commercials are gone. Okay, so download that. So let's go back to here. Let's see what happened. It's rebooting. I'll give it a second here. Cool. It's finished. Yes, I would like to set up my tuner setup process and stuff like that. So what this is going to do is going to take you through some setups, like you want to set up TV signal. I'm going to go through this is my region, my zip code. Now it's going to download the data, like not just the guide, but the setup information. So while this is going on, let's go back here and go back over this. So what's going to happen is this computer, okay, this computer's going to be on 24/7, or later on I'm going to write a script so it turns on, I don't know, maybe like at 5 p.m. at night, and then turns off at 1 a.m. because I don't need it to be on during daytime. There's no shows that I want to watch that come on. All the shows come on prime time. So I'll have to do a separate video on that later. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this on, and I'm going to set up my recordings. I'll show you how to set up the recordings, real simple. And what's going to happen is it's going to go and drop the files in this recording TV folder. Now, once you record your first video, you're going to notice, whoa, that's a lot of space. I mean, it's going to be like 4 gigs for like an hour-long episode. Okay, so I don't want that, and you don't want that. So let's get that down to like maybe under a gig at least. Now, here's the thing. This app right here does do some conversion as you are changing the settings. So here, let me just go through some advanced settings here. So it's looking right here for my new shows. So recorded TV is the default. When it pops up in here, it's going to say, okay, I found one, I'm going to convert it. And it will know to convert it when it's done. It won't, do it while it's doing it or whatever. And right here it's saying to convert to MP4 and put it in my process videos folder, which is somewhere down here. I'm going to change this. And here you got some settings, and this is what I was talking about. You have a profile settings you can choose, kind of like Handbrake. And I'll go in more details about Handbrake if you don't know what it is. Handbrake is a conversion tool, or a compression tool. And this tool, MCE Buddy, already has a small conversion in here. Right now it's going to MP4 high quality, and it's going to do its own conversion while it's skipping the commercials. In other words, here you have an option that says remove ads. So there's two different ones. So when you install this Buddy program, it's going to ask you, do you want to install CommSkip and Show Analyzer? Just hit yes, because some countries are different depending on where you are of how their commercials come out. Don't you hate it when you watch channels like FX and the volume jumps to like double? I'm like, holy crap, turn that freaking volume down and stop trying to like force your ads down my face. You know, I can't stand that. I mean, I love FX, I love it to death, I love their programs, but I hate it when I go to a commercial and the volume just jumps up. It's like it's like I'm gonna like lose my hearing or something. Anyway. So those are some of the settings I have. Like I said, very default. So let's go back here. Yes, I want to configure this with my results. Okay. Verizon here. And let's go ahead and set that up. Yes, I live in DC area. Okay, so technically, I think we're done. I've already had my activation sent. Now I am on a good network here, so I should be able to go ahead and watch some TV.
In my opinion, there are basically two kinds of people in the world.
And it's a freaking commercial. So that's pretty much, I think we're good, you know? So I'm going to call that a done deal. Now, I got to show you how to record. So the guide button's right here. I recommend getting a little remote and a little IR blaster. They sell them on Newegg for like $10. The one that I recommend has the Windows Media Center button in the middle, the big green button, because it has all the same defaults you can use for this. And then you just dongle your little IR blaster around the TV or something if you're going to use it as a TV. Say I want to watch South Park, I want to record it. Okay, I'm going to record this. I'm going to record this series, or I'll just record. I'm going to go ahead and record it. And it will know that I want to, you know, record this, and I'll go to my same default. Now this is on my other PC, my gaming PC. Ideally, I don't want to record on this PC, but I can if I wanted to. Okay? So that you have to set up individually if you're going to record on separate PCs. You can also set up to record series. I will recommend this. Before you hit record series, go out to that show, Google that show, and find out when it airs. Then manually go through here and make sure you pick the right original, the first recording is the original air date. Otherwise, it'll just start recording each one it finds, and it won't record the newest one that comes out during prime time. So play with this, but very cool software, very cool that you get those features. Okay, so let's go back here. If I don't have a sample for you, but basically you'd see this pop in here. And what you would do is you just make sure this service is started. So it's started, and it'll sit there. It'll sit there, look in this folder, and it'll automatically do it. So now I like to take the Metro to work. I like to watch movies. I like to watch them on my iPhone or TV shows. But how am I going to do that on the Metro? Well, there's this thing called Plex. Plex is a fascinating tool. Excuse me. Plex is like I can think of it like a personal Netflix. So if you pay for Netflix, I pay for Netflix. I like it too, but it doesn't have my, South Park I just recorded. So I want to be able to watch that, anywhere in the world. Plex allows me to do that. So I'm not going to go through all the details of Plex. I can set up and show you my setup if you guys like to. Post a comment below. I'll be more than happy to tell you how to install and set up Plex. I highly recommend it. I also highly recommend that you purchase the premium membership for $75 one-time fee. What you get with that, you get all the recent releases, but what the cool thing is, you get the iPhone syncing capability. Now, some people may say it's kind of high priced, but I'm sorry, 75 bucks for all that and everything else, just to have to hit the button sync, and it syncs my devices, no questions asked, is awesome. And it basically converts it to whatever format the iPhone needs. Now, what I'm going to do is my video is going to pop in here, okay? And I'm going to have a script that does a few things. I'll have to work on this later and show you guys, but ideally you can do it manually. You're going to launch this thing called Handbrake, okay? Handbrake's pretty popular. There's lots of YouTubes on it. You're basically going to select the file and encode this. I can show you some samples here if I have them. Okay, so Pawn Stars. Okay, I'll give you an example. This video right here, one-way ticket, 275 megabytes, okay? This is after the commercial skip, okay? Before the commercial skip, it was like 3.3 gigs or something. Crazy high, okay? After the commercial skip, it went to 275, and then I did a handbrake on it, and post handbrake, I have 180 megabytes. So I saved myself 100 megabytes and kept the same quality. And you can do that with Handbrake. And I have not fine-tuned this at all. I would like to get that maybe down a little bit more, but I can do 180 megabytes. I'm cool with that, and I'm sure you are. And some of the options you could look at are some of the bit rates. You can change your audio to 128 instead of 160. You can change your video to make sure it's on MKV. Actually, make sure it is an MKV when you use Plex. And you can mess with this a little bit. But once I get my setup going, I'll do another video how to do just Handbrake auto script, because what I'm going to do is when the file drops, it's finished, it's going to go through the MCE buddy. It's going to remove and convert the commercials. Then it's going to launch Handbrake to even more compress it down. And then once that's done, I'm going to have it just go ahead and do a copy paste over to my NAS. My NAS is a Synology 412 Plus. You can see here's all my movies, my shows, and I'm going to put it in the file here. And basically, it's going to place that file into that folder. And my Plex, and I'll show you my Plex here in a second. Okay, so my Plex will go ahead and just pull all my shows, okay, and you know it's there. This is awesome. This is your personal Netflix right here, okay. These are all from my DVR, okay, and all you got to do is have all this stuff set up and installed. It's a little bit of time-consuming, headache, but once you get it in place, it's done, okay. And all you got to do is just click on it, just like Netflix, and it'll stream it over your network, or you can set up to stream it over your phone. Okay? So I think that's pretty much it for now. Post a comment below. Tell me if you guys have questions, if I missed something, if I didn't explain it a little better, if you need some more explanation in certain parts of the process. I know I didn't actually physically show you the setup, but in part 2, I'll go ahead and go over that, and I'll show you some shots of the computer I'm using, some of the hardware. Sorry, that throat. And show you my current setup. That might shed some light on before you get this. Price-wise, this device right now is selling for $279 on Newegg. Or you can go to Micro Center and price match it with Newegg, and they will price match it for you. I recommend Micro Center if it's local nearby you. Newegg, I love Newegg, but being able to buy it on demand is nice now with Micro Center. So about $300 for this. The cost of a computer, you don't need a high power computer. So if you have a line computer, that's free. And let's see what else. Plex, you don't really need to purchase the full premium Plex, but if you want to sync the Plex content to your iPhone or Android, that's it's a $75 one-time fee, and also $5 for the iPhone app if you get the app. But it's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. And that's really it. What do you save? How about $30 a month for a stupid HD DVR box? So what's 30 times 12 for 1 year? I've been doing this for a couple of years now. I mean, you could do the math. So it's definitely an investment. Highly recommend it. I'm trying to get my mom onto it. So like I said, subscribe, like, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks again.